to this computer. All right, guys, we are recording. So, welcome to week 2 of Shoot for the Stars, Launching Directors. We are beyond excited for you guys. Tiffany and Felicia and Rob and myself, we hope that you have had an amazing week this past week, that you learned a lot. For those of you that were not on the live last week, we hope that you went back and watched the video. We posted the YouTube video, and we hope that you went back and watched that and took notes on how, to make sure you're taking care of yourself. So last week, we're going to do a little bit of talking about last week before we move into this week. It was basically about you. So your business, your PRV, how you party and different things. And I shared in the file some verbiage that you can use to talk to people about booking parties, talk to people about LTOs that are coming out. We just had one this past Monday, and I think that went super well. I noticed a lot of people on my team were, selling the crap out of those. They were posting on the thing if you sold a bundle to let us know. And I think the same goes for Tiffany and Felicia and Rob's team. So I think that you guys really did a great job on that. I hope that boosted your PRV way up. We also had Anna Watson was a guest speaker this past week that came in and talked about her bags that she does, her little grab bags that she does, her mystery bags, and scent bags. I think that's what they are. That's what mine are. But she came on and gave some information about that because she gets a lot of PRV from those. So it was just something that we knew that we had to start at the beginning, because the beginning of Scentsy is your business, okay? In order for you to grow and do all the things that you need to do, you need to take care of your business first and foremost. So we wanted to make sure that you guys were ready and you guys were prepared for that. And I think reading some of your whys this past week, that just got me all in my feels. I mean, y'all really, really touched me. I'm so glad that Scentsy can be a blessing to you, because I know it's a blessing to me and my family. And just some of your deep-rooted whys, and even some of you that didn't know your whys, I think you really thought about it this past week, and you really looked deep into your business to see what, why you joined, why you said yes, and why you're wanting to grow a team and everything. And you realize that that's just something that it can change, and a lot of yours has changed. You told us that it has changed, and I think whys are going to be ever evolving, because I think we get to a point in our business where when we start, this is what we expect out of it, but it can be so much more, and we see that it can be so much more. So our whys will definitely be ever changing. So I think this past week has just been amazing, and I'm so thankful for all of you. We've added some new people in this week. Yes, Anna said sent back. We added some new people in this week, so welcome to the family. We're super excited for you to be here. And this week, did Tiffany, you or Felicia and Rob want to say anything about last week? Unmute yourself so you guys can talk.
Is Tiffany gonna go?
You can go first.
Mainly, guys, we're really excited for you guys to stay along this journey with us, because we're taking you through each step for a purpose. We're starting with the solid foundation of PRV, understanding why you need it, understanding why you need a lot of it. And we're now going to be kind of like talking about recruiting in a whole nother aspect of how to use what we taught you last week in turning it into what you can use for this week. So we're just really thankful that you guys are on this journey with us, and that you're on this call, that you were there last week or at least watched the recording, and we're just excited to share this whole part with you guys.
So I just want to say, as we are going through these trainings, every single week, you're going to find stuff, and some of it's going to be your weaknesses, and that's okay. But I really encourage you guys to see what your weaknesses are and to build on them and turn them into like strengths, and then to know your strengths and to continue to build onto those and strengthen your strengths. My son's autistic, and so that's one of the things that his therapy really tries to focus on is highlighting his strengths and making them even stronger. But then you also want to work on your weaknesses and turn them into something that it's okay and that you can go through daily life and accomplish it with no problem. So that's kind of my bridge into things. I just really want you guys to find what works for you, and I just want you to come up with solutions to better yourself during it. So
Very good. All right. So as we jump into tonight, last week was all about you and all about your business. So tonight we're going to talk about sponsoring. In order to find your stars and launch to director, you're going to have to sponsor at some point. This is a scary thing for a lot of people. I know last time, whenever I was telling you about my journey, I did not get my first recruit until it was 2 years into my business. So some people come in and immediately they're sponsoring and you're growing your team together. Some people, it takes you a little bit longer. That's totally fine. That's okay. It's however your journey goes. But just know that if that is your intention of what you want to do, then you need to make sure that, you know, you're embracing the fact that you're talking to people. You have to have those conversations with people. You have to have those conversations with your customers, and even with people that you don't know, with people that you're just meeting. I think for me, and I'm probably sure for Tiffany and Felicia and Rob, Cincy just exudes out of me. So I get so excited about it that, you know, it just, I want everybody to know about it. I want everybody to know what a blessing it is. And when you are hyped up about something and you are totally excited about something, people are going to want to know what you're excited about. So the way you act and the way you portray yourself about your business is definitely going to attract the right people to you. So if, let's just say if you're a very positive person, you're on social media, which a lot of us are these days because of the pandemic. If you're on social media, a lot of people look at that. They look at your social media, they see what you're posting, they want to make sure that you are the kind of person that they would want to do a journey with. Okay, so if you need to be very mindful of what you post on social media, because those are the things that people are looking at. And if you're a positive person and you're putting positive out, then that's going to attract positive in. If you're one of those negative people and political people and all of this other stuff, we all have opinions, but sometimes opinions don't need to be said, and sometimes opinions need to be kept private and not public for the world, basically the world to see, because you can sponsor somebody even in a different country, but you just, you need to make sure that what you're putting out there is what people are going to want to join. You want to be contagious. You want those people to want to have a piece of what you have, and the only way they're going to do that is by your excitement and your positivity. So in sponsoring, we like to say a goal for sponsoring is at least sponsor two people a month. That's been said a lot. Has there been months where I don't sponsor 2 people a month? Absolutely. Has there been months that I only sponsor 1 person a month? Absolutely. Is there times that I don't even sponsor people in a month? Absolutely. So your goal, you need to have a goal in mind to shoot for, because you don't want to become complacent and not even have those joint conversations or not even build those relationships so that they would do that. But you want to have a goal of some sort. The way you want to do and grow your business is to grow your front line. All right. So your front line are going to be those people that you personally sponsors. Those people are the foundation of your business. Yes, you said yes, but those people that ride along with you that you're sponsoring, those are the people that are the foundation of your business, because you, along with those people that you sponsor, are going to be the ones that actually grow your team. They're the ones that are going to blossom. They're the ones that are going to bloom. Bloom is my word for this year. They're the ones that are going to bloom, and they're the ones that are going to continue to sponsor along with you. They're going to look at you to see what you're doing. Okay, so if you're sponsoring and you're having those joint conversations and you're having those relationship building conversations, and I'll talk about those in just a minute, then you're going to be on the right pathway to build a strong foundation for your team. Those relationship building conversations, those are crucial. Not everybody wants to hear everything out of your mouth is Scentsy. And I said it, I'm very positive about Scentsy. I'm very boisterous about Scentsy. I love Scentsy. Scentsy exudes out of my body. But there's other things about me that I want people to know about me too. I want them to know that I'm a Mimi. I have 3 handsome grandsons. I want them to know that about me. I want them to know that I have a Yorkie, Lizzie Marie, that drives me crazy because she's scratching on my wall or my door to get in. But I want them to know that, and that's why we went live tonight, and we smelled the new scents with Lizzie. Make it fun. If you're getting your testers in, and everybody should get their testers in, you should be going live and smelling these live and let people get the urge to say, oh my God, I really want to smell that. That one scent is something that I really want to smell. You need to be building those relationships. You need to be building the hype up to make them say that they really, really, really want to be a part of this Scentsy journey. The fun of it. Just the pure fun of it. When we do our incentive trips, when we go to World Tour next week, you might not be going anywhere, but you need to be posting that you're doing all of this. Let them see the fun, because people want a part of fun, especially now. A lot of people are bored. A lot of people are staying home, and they're not they're not able to go to work or whatever, and they need an outlet. Okay, a lot of moms, I'm sure, that are teaching their kids all these brand new, I'm calling y'all brand new teachers. That's what you are. You need an outlet. Okay. So if you have the fun part of your business out there for everybody to see, that's going to start up some joint conversations. So you want to make sure you're having joint conversations with people outside of your circle. Okay. So you definitely want to have friends and family. We want them to have just as much fun, because I want all of my friends and family to go on all of these places with me that I'm going, and to be just as excited as I am. But I also want to go outside of my circle. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're getting outside of your circle and building those relationships, because you don't want to be that person that out of the blue, you haven't talked to your friend that you went to high school with in 20 years, and you send them a message and say, hey, I sell Scentsy and I'm really excited about it, and I just wanted to know if you want to join my team. Girl, bye. I haven't talked to you in 20 years, and I don't even know what's going on in your life, so don't send me a message because you found me on Facebook and you're friending me and you want to know that. You need to make sure that you need to say, hey, what's been going on in your life for 20 years? Build that relationship before you dive in. And one other thing is, they're not always going to say yes right off the bat. They're not always going to say, sure, let me just do that. If you get one of those are a rare breed. Let me just tell you. If you get one of those, be excited about it, because most of the time they're going to say, no, really, no, not right now. Now's not a good time for me. I just sponsored somebody, and she's probably watching this because I really want her to, but if she's not, that's okay. I just sponsored somebody that I've literally been asking for 2 years. 2 years, honest and true. And she finally said yes. So don't ever give up on those people. And we shared a couple of forms tonight. One is the Frank form, and one is one that Tiffany shared, the 4x4 form. Those are easy things that you can do to make you a list of 50 or a list of, they say a list of 100 or whatever. But if that scares you, because honestly, it scares me to sit there and try to think about 100 people. I might know 100 people, but they're not going to come to my brain. So those lists are just something to help you out in order. And the Frank form is like, what was it, friends and relatives and acquaintances. It's on there. That's what Frank stands for. But those are some of the things that oh yeah, Katie pulled it up. So it's friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, and kid contacts. Okay, so you can do those, and you can get an idea of different people, and that's going to help you get out of your bubble. That's going to help you get out of your circle to find somebody. And when you're having those conversations, I'm going to talk about blessing a life with a kit. Okay, so I am a huge fan of that. I like to gift kits, and when I say gift kits, that means that each month I have my own personal parties. Okay, from my follow-up calls, from my customers that order from me every single month, I have my own parties that I do. I keep them in $500 increments, okay? Because I know once I get to $500, that is one kit that can be given to somebody that can bless somebody's life, okay? So when you're gifting a kit, that comes out of your hostess rewards. So as long as you have $500, that's going to get you $77 and some change in free hostess product, okay? So that's a kit for somebody, plus about $17 left over for them to use, or for you to use, whatever you want to do. So I make sure that I have those kits available that I can bless a life with. Do I do that sometimes and some of the people don't work? Absolutely. Do I do that sometimes and they're some of my rock stars right now? Absolutely. It's all in the way that you present it as a blessing to them, and it's all in the way that you do the follow-up once you gift a kit to them. Now, whenever you're doing that, you don't have to wait until you have a $500 party. When you get a $200 party, we have a join special every single month. Cincy used to do a $49 join special. They used to do a $15 join special. They did a $20 join special. And if you've noticed in the last probably year and a half, almost 2 years, they haven't done a join special because they actually gave us the hostess kit that they can host their own party, and then you can flip it and they can join off of that. So there's always a $39 join kit available. Okay, it says it's a $59 kit, but if they use their $20 once they get to a $200 qualifying party, it's going to be a $39. So there's always going to be a join kit available, a join special available. It's just all in the way you present it during your conversations. So when you're having these conversations, you want to make sure that you're keeping track of who you talk to, okay? Because we want you to build those relationships, but we also want you to kind of like put it in the back of your mind. Yeah, I did mention the join special, or yeah, I did mention, how Cincy is such a great company to work for and everything. So you definitely want to keep that in your mind as far as when you're building those relationships and who you're talking to. That's why we shared those forms. That's why we had the Frank form and the 4x4 form. Those are things that you can just like jot their names down and just keep up with them, and then touch base with them every once in a while. Okay. When you do have another kid, if they say no, thank you, but right now it's not a good time for me. Let's just say in 2 months you have another kid. Okay, send them a message and say, hey, I know, a couple of months ago was not that easy, or, was not a good time for you, but just wanted to let you know, no pressure, that I have another kid available if you want it, or if you want to try it, or maybe they want to host their own party. But if you're not having those conversations, then it's not going to work. Felicia's got her hand up. That's the only way I can see. So
I wanted to add one thing really quick to that. I was reading somewhere, and I can't remember what, but it's basically just verbiage when you're talking to your host. And so instead of saying, hey, you have, $27 in free product and 1/2 off or whatever, the way they addressed it every time they spoke to their host was, you have 2 options to use your rewards. You have $27 in free product, or you can join Cincy for this much with the discounted kit and earn this much in commission within your first party closed, and be this much closer to your next goal of shooting star, or whatever. But verbiage is so important, and it's the confidence behind what you're offering people, right? Like you can say, hey, this is your rewards. Do you want to join my team? Or, hey, you can use $27 towards free product or $27 off of an exclusive kit that you get and this much in commission. People want to hear about the money. So it's all about how you communicate with your hostess, how you even if you shared a lot of times on an online party that I have, hey guys, thank you so much for supporting your host. She earned this much in free Scentsy, or she could have used it to a kit for this discounted price and this much in commission. Let me know if joining Scentsy is something that you're interested in. It's all about verbiage, and flipping those parties by using the rewards is such a underutilized tool for us consultants when you're thinking about growing your team. So verbiage is key. Just wanted to say that, or I'd forget by the time I had to talk.
That's true. And one other thing that I wanted to say was, when you're hosting those parties and you have those parties that we talked about last week, the group Facebook parties and stuff like that, I actually got a recruit, not my hostess, I got a recruit from a party that I had going on because I posted within the actual party about the join opportunity, about the join special. Now, my hostess was more than welcome to join if she wanted to, but I had a lady that was a customer. She literally bought 4 times out of this party, 4 different times. And on the 4th time, when I got a PWS order email from her, I instantly looked her up, got her phone number that she put in on her order form, and texted her and was like, girl, look, you are like loving some Scentsy. You definitely need to think about, doing a little side gig or something like this and, joining Scentsy. And she was like, you know what? I've really been thinking about it. And I was like, well, you definitely should, because you could have just got paid off all 4 of those orders that you did, so in the long run, it was that, that made her join. She turned around and she joined my team. So that was, and I'd never met her before. Okay. So this is one of those instances where I did not have a relationship with her. I had never met her before, but I saw what she was doing within that party, and I reached out to her and told her, you must love you some Scentsy. Thank you so much for supporting Sherry, your friend and everything, because she joined her friend's party. And so that ended up, just that little conversation that I had and just the verbiage that I had, that ended up with me a new recruit last month. So it's all in the way you do it, and it's all in the way you approach it. But the bottom line is, you have to have those conversations. You have to build those relationships in order to sponsor. Once you do that, once you start doing that and getting in the hang of that, it's going to come second nature to you. You're just going to, it's just going to, like I said, it's going to exude out of you. So it's something that's just going to come easy to you, and it'll get easier and easier as you go. I think Tiffany is up next, so I'm going to spotlight her.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to be very real with you guys. I promoted to director, and it's just a little story about myself. I promoted to director in 2018 in October. And then after I hit director, I did not get paid a title. But the reason that I did not get paid a title was because I had a very low front line. So when 2019 happened, I looked at my numbers and I looked at my stats, and I was like, where am I falling short and why am I not getting paid a title? And I realized it was recruiting. I wasn't recruiting. So in 2019, I made it my goal. If there was anything else I was going to do, I was going to recruit. I didn't do more than 500 PRV, because all that extra PRV I did, I recruited. And so I did 18 in 2019. And then last year, it was just a habit to always offer. And I did right at 15, 16. So I just want you guys to know that this is my favorite thing. And it's because I really worked so hard on it. So if you suck at recruiting, just take everything in on this training and just go for it, because you literally don't know what a year can do. And you just have to be very conscious about making it a habit to have these conversations, even when it's uncomfortable. Did you want to say something, please? Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say something. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys 2 conversations that I had. One is a joint conversation, and then one is a reinstate conversation. The one that I'm going to tell you, the join, She actually joined and took the kit. And then the reinstatement did not join, but that's okay because I still offered and asked. So I got one yes and one no. When I joined, so I used to give all the bells and the whistles, and I would tell them about Shooting Star, and then it was a big turnoff. So I just now stick to like the basic facts of what they need to know. So I said, okay, girl, this is the one that joined. And she joined off a free kit that I had, okay? Because I love earning kits. I love giving kits away for free. I said, okay, girl, I wanted to ask you before I offer it to others. I have a free kit open on the 1st. You legit almost had 500 in sales in 1 week. Imagine what you can do in 1 month. You would join for free. Here's everything that you need to know to get your kit. It's no monthly fees other than an optional $10 website. Your first 3 months are free. No stock is needed because everything's going to come into your kit. This is when there was no minimum for COVID. So I said no monthly minimum right now due to COVID. And you'll make 20 to 30% on all sales, including your own. And then I said, you legit have nothing to lose. And she joined. So just keep it very short and to the max. Like, don't tell them about Shooting Star. You can coach them to them, and they're probably not, or to that, and they're not going to know that they're even working for that, but you as a sponsor do. And then once they hit it, you're like, here you go. And then you don't need to tell them about certified because that's going to drive them crazy too, and that's going to stress them out. And so that's literally what I did. That's what I said. Sometimes I will go in because the workstation has the join kits that you guys like will get, or the join kits that they'll get. So I can download all those to my computer and I can upload that, but I will copy what comes in the kit with a picture because I'm a very visual person. And so I just send them that picture so then they know what's coming in their kit and what they're getting. But I have noticed the more that I am very relaxed with this, the better it comes. So it's not like me just being like, oh my gosh, you should join my team. Like I talk to them like I would talk to Michelle or Felicia or Anna. So just be very chill with it. And then when I give these free kits away, we were having a conversation and Rob had made like a really good point that like sometimes like you have to be careful because people will just take a kit. So when you're giving these free kits away, you have to make sure that it's somebody that's actually already done the work. So the people that I give them for free, they've already hosted a party for me and had over a $250 party. And they just didn't want to join right then. And then, or it's somebody that I know that buys from me a lot and she can't afford to join. So I have a lot of like moms and some of them are going through college because I'm young. So I'm only like 25. So they're young, they're finishing up college. And so some of them don't have the money to join. So you have to like just know them. And if they're buying from you, then they're going to sell it because they're already buying the product. So that is my first conversation. And then my second one was this customer buys from me every single month. And it's not like $30. She buys like $150, $200. So I said, hey, love, I know you mentioned it before, but if you want to get paid off your purchase, just let me know. It's free to come back. And that's all I said. So, and she was like, I really was thinking about it, but she started selling something else. So I was like, nah, she knows the deal. So that was good. But, so those are my two conversations, but I'm just very conscious when I talk to my customers that I don't come off salesy and I don't come off like I am trying to sell something to them. I try to keep it very like I'm talking to my best friend. And I know that's weird, but your customer should be part of your family. They shouldn't be somebody that we are just like trying to get a sell out of. And a lot of my customers are part of my family because they've like supported my son's journey with autism. They know our NICU journey. So I'm very open with my customers. And so that's why I talk to them like I'm talking to anybody else. So those are my two conversations, and I will post those so you guys can kind of use them and see, because I don't know if you guys are verbal or visual like me. So if you are, I'll just post them and then you can just use them and tweak it for yourself. But I also wanted to like tell you guys, when you're recruiting as the leader, you have to understand that you start recruiting and your kids. My kids are crying, so sorry. But your frontline will start recruiting once you start recruiting, and then it'll go on. So you just want to make sure that you are recruiting, you're talking to your frontline about recruiting, your front line is talking to their front line about recruiting, and then so on. So then you're going to have everybody down the line recruiting, and it's going to bump your team number, and then it's going to bump your GWV also, because think about all those people that are going to be doing their launch parties, that are going to be getting certified, and that's going to bump your GWV also, because you're going to get paid, or you're not going to get paid, but well, you will get paid. I don't know, sorry. But you're going to get GWV for all of them. So just be mindful of that. What you do is what your team's going to do. So just recruit, and then they're going to recruit also, and just make it a conscious effort to always be talking about it with your team and your customers. I feel like, okay, so when it comes to talking to my frontline, so I went over this app last week, but it's literally the Hit 'em Up app. So it's right there. Ooh, right there. Okay. So you're gonna go here. You guys will see that one right there. It just says my frontline, and that's literally all of my frontline. I didn't put a few in there so that I can show you. But as long as you have their, so this is everybody in my frontline, and it'll go through and you check them by names. When you want to add somebody, just you're going to go up here to edit list, and then let's just say I'm going to add my mom, so then it's easy. She'll be like, what are you doing? But it's okay. So when it comes to her, you'll just click their name right here, and then it'll add it, and then you're going to click save up here. And then you're going to type your message down here. And so like, this is how I talk to my frontline. So I'm just like, I'm so proud of you. Can't wait to see what this month has for you. I'm not going to send this because they're going to be like, what are you talking about? But you'll do preview and send. And then down here, it'll say start sending, and you'll just tap that. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. So then you're just going to do it here, and then it's just going to start sending. So this is how I connect with all of my frontline. And it's just able to blast one text message at one time, which I love because I don't have time to go through and do a mass group text and like type everybody's name out. I literally just click one button, type the message, and then I just press send. When it comes to what do I say to my frontline, I'll check in on them. I'll let them know, like, I'm proud of you. I do a lot of building, like, positivity. It's called, oh, I think I said what's up app, didn't I? I probably did. So it's called Hit 'em Up. But I do a lot of team building. So a lot of my coaching comes from cheering them on and being their biggest encourager. So I'll start with a group text at the beginning of the month, and I'll send them a text like letting them know you had a killer month. I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see what you do this month. I will probably do a mid-month text too, just to check in, and it literally just says, hey, just checking in on you. What do you need help with? And then I'll do an end-of-month text too. I just want to make sure that my people, that they know that I'm accessible. And especially when it comes to me, I always ask, what do you need help with? How can I help you? And then they'll respond, and then we can talk about it. So that's just my favorite part about recruiting, is honestly building them up. But it's really good too. You can do a group chat for everybody that's in your first 70 days. You can do I love you, Jackie. But you can do a chat for everybody in your first 70 days. I love that. It's easy. You just send it out, and then everybody has the same goals. You can do one for everybody in Shooting Star. And then you can, is it everybody? Is it my computer with sound? I hope not. But then you can do one for Certified too. So really take a look at Certified, because you want to make sure that you're tracking Annual Mentor. So that's an easy way to do that too, is just have them all in a group chat. Once they hit Certified, send them a congrats text, and then take them out of that group chat. But that's literally all I have. So Felicia, your turn.
Wait, I want to say something about the front line. So taking care of your front line and making sure that they feel value is something that is going to be huge. When you sponsor somebody, you literally take on that leadership role of, yes, I know I sponsored you, so you're kind of my responsibility now to help them get to where they need to be. So you are their leader and you need to be there for them as far as, questions and different things that they want until they feel good about themselves that they can run their business. I think a lot of times I I had a sponsor, of course, because she signed me up. She literally came to my house, brought me a few things, some stickers, and a couple of catalogs, and I never saw her again. Never ever saw her again. She's not even a Scentsy consultant anymore. So your sponsor gets you into the business. Somebody sponsored you to get you into the business, or you signed up under somebody if you didn't even know your sponsor. But you have to understand that it is literally what you want your team to be, what your vision of what you want your team to be is a direct reflection of how you lead your team. If you want your team to be very positive, if you want your team to be showing up to do all of the things, then you have to be the example first and foremost for everybody on your team. You are there going to be days, I mean, there's days whenever I'm just like, no, but I really show up for my team because I really want my team to grow. I told Rob and Felicia and Tiffany last night, we had a planning call, and I said, I'm going to tell you guys this, and nobody has heard this before, but I'm really putting something super scary out there for me, but I want at least 600 people on Scented Shells, 600 team members on Scented Shells by the end of this year. Okay, that's huge, but I know that we can do that just by the culture that we have. We have some people on our team that are just like, y'all believe in helping each other, and that really warms my heart, and that makes me super excited. So the front line that I have 42 frontline right now. Okay, I have 42 frontline. I have a special Facebook page for just my frontline. Okay, those are the only people that are on there. That's a safe space for us. Those are the people that I personally recruited. I know Tiffany does the chats and stuff like that, and I think Felicia does too, the group chats and stuff. But I have a group Facebook page just for them. I post in there, we interact in there. I just want them to know that, they are special to me, because Scented Shells would not be anything without me and without them. Okay, because they're the next little branch off from me. So I'm right here, and then there's the next branch off from me, and that's going to be my front line. When my front line starts sponsoring, that's how your team grows. Okay, so you're going to have you, and you're going to have your front line, and when your front line starts sponsoring and your team starts growing, then it's an amazing thing to actually see and to actually be a part of. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of your front line in some way. Have some kind of communication. Be there for them. Be the person that they can rely on whenever they need something. Be that person that if they have a question, that you're going to help them answer it, and then you're going to also tell them how to find it. So if they need to know something, make sure that you're not only telling them the answer to it, but you're also telling them how to find it, because once they sponsor somebody, then they're going to have to be that go-to person too for the people that they're sponsoring. So it's a never-ending cycle, but it's a growing cycle, and it's a good cycle to be in. So you want to make sure, take care of your front line when you're sponsoring people and you're building that relationship. Don't just sponsor them to have a number. All right, I don't see the people on my team as a number. Yeah, I did say we want at least 600 people this year coming up is a goal that I have in the back of my mind, and I am praying hard about it every single day, because I pray over my team and I pray over all of y'all every single day. But I just think that this is something that if you take care of the people that you personally sponsor, then that only goes up and up and up and up, because it is our responsibility whenever we say, do you want to join my team? You've stepped into that leadership role. And we talked about that leadership role last week. Whenever you got to get your 500 PRV in, you got to work your business first, so you can take care of your team and those people that you sponsored after you get your business in check. So you want to make sure that there is some kind of platform, either a group text, either a group messenger, either a Facebook group, some way or another that you're keeping in touch with your front line. Make sure you're doing that. That's crucial. If you let your front line die, then your business is going to die. All right, now it's Felicia and Rob's turn. And I'm super excited.
And I have so much to share. So I'm super excited. Did I just do that? Okay. Hi, guys. So honestly, I'm really excited about this topic. I can get a little passionate about it, so I'm really sorry. And he's also got some things to share, so hopefully I let him talk a little bit too. But guys, this is really why like having a why is so important. See, I joined Scentsy not because someone asked me a million times, but because I was lonely and stay-at-home mom and tired and felt like I had lost all sense of who I was. And so when I joined Scentsy, I wanted to give that sense of purpose and self and excitement to somebody else. So, you know, it really helped take down that wall of me like not asking somebody because I was afraid of a no, versus understanding what it did for me and wanting to give that to somebody else. It's all about arrows out. And a quick backstory is when I was first a consultant, it took me 6 months to even like start asking people to join. And when I say that I felt alone before I joined Scentsy, I had no friends, nobody. He was my friend, and he was gone all the time. So that's not a great friend to have, like not there. So, you know, like I really just wanted to find fellowship and friendship and not necessarily sell the product or be a millionaire or any of the above. I wanted to have a friend. And through that 6 months, I learned, you know, people can tell when you're happy. People can tell when something brings you joy. People can tell when you're no longer depressed and sad and only about your children because that's your only purpose. I'm not saying your kids aren't important, but you do have to have some self-worth too. And I think people could tell that I had something that brought joy to me. And like Michelle said, it was contagious. And so there were people who I hadn't talked to since high school that reached out to me and they were like, hey, like I see you're selling Scentsy. I'd love to book a party. Let's catch up. You know, I can come smell scents. And it instantly just started rebuilding and rekindling relationships. Now, here's the really important part I want you guys to listen to. I had a team of just me for 6 months. I had a team of 1 on my 7th month. And in 4 months, I had a team of 22 people. Okay, so I went from no team for 6 months to a team of 22 people 4 months after the first recruit. And that was because everyone who hosted a party with me, I talked to them. I told them like, hey guys, like this is how much I'm going to earn off of your party. Thank you so much for your support. This could easily be, you know, because we had a flip a party back then, but it was more just to have them join for the $99 kit and then put in all the orders that you had in your workstation. It wasn't as easy then. And I recruited 7 people in 1 month. And that month made me really mad because they got the free shooting star kit and a double kit that month that they joined. And I was like, sorry guys, but if you're getting the shooting star kit for free, then you're going to get certified. So I got 7 people to join my team because I planted seeds, right? So those first 6 months may have seemed like no one wanted to join my team. Nothing was happening and I was just spinning wheels, but I was planting seeds and being consistent. And once that 7th month came and there was a join special, right, I was able to talk to them and give them the opportunity to join and then taught them how to get certified. And as soon as they hit certified, all that happened was at least 4 of them started to recruit themselves, guys. And so my 7 turned into 22 and my GWV naturally grew because it wasn't just me filling the pot anymore, and it wasn't just me plus 7 frontline filling the pot anymore. It was my frontlines people filling the pot, and now 22 people filling a pot got me to director. So don't ever say like in a year, I think I'm going to try. It could literally happen in 4 months if you started planting seeds today. That's really important for you guys to understand. As everyone was talking, I was writing down like all these little notes that I wanted to talk about. I hear a lot of the times, like, I don't know anyone. Especially, I can relate to that so much, especially when you first start recruiting. You typically start recruiting your best customers or your best friends or your most closest people who are supporting you in your business. So learning how to expand out of those immediate people, that's where it gets hard. And that's where you don't know people. And that's where you feel like your customer base just kind of plummets. I love when people say that, you know, like they're a stay-at-home mom, they don't do anything. My entire life is here on the farm. I don't leave it. And when I do leave it, I don't even know what day of the week it is. I stay on the farm. I work my farm. I have 3 daughters, online school. His schedule is crazy. We run our Scentsy business, but we also run another business out of the barn. I love when people tell me that they're busy or that they don't know anyone, because literally if I could sell to my pigs and I could sell to my goats, I totally would, but they just don't buy from me. I have to think outside the box of finding new customers. And how I do that is building relationships, naturally engaging in social media. Social media is the best tool that you could ever use when you're thinking about people who could potentially be on your team. I call it planting seeds. So anytime that I see someone that I'm friends with on Facebook, maybe they're having a hard day, I instantly just message them like, hey guys, like, hey, I have something that could put a smile on your face. Can I have your address? And I'll send them a sample. I'll send them just a scent circle that says, hey, put this in your car and it'll remind you daily just to put a smile on your face. Something like that. It's instantly building that relationship. So now the next time they see me on social media or the next time they see me comment on one of their posts, they're instantly going to go back to that memory that I put in their mind of Scentsy, scent, and me, and kindness, and giving them something positive to think about. Because now they're going to view Scentsy as something positive. And if they're already following me, they already know that Scentsy is like extremely important to me and extremely important to my family. Find these little things. I mean, I had a friend that lived down the road and her daughter had a birthday. Literally, I said, hey girl, can I drop something off for your daughter? And it was a Scentsy buddy I had extra laying in the house with a scent pack and a little birthday card that I made the kids make. And I just said, here's a present for your daughter. Happy birthday. I probably got the buddy for free using rewards. And it didn't cost me anything other than my time to take it to that person's daughter. Again, I have now put a memory in someone's mind that says something positive, and they relate it to me and they relate it to Scentsy. These are all planting seeds, because what I'm about to tell you that I do is I'll message some of these people sometimes. Hey girl, you know, like January's so slow and I could really use just someone to help me out. Book a party and no strings attached. I do all the work, and regardless, I'll spoil you. It's probably going to be a scent circle. It's probably going to be something simple that I already have that isn't going to break me to give them just for them saying yes and doing me a favor. Make it a favor. Make it something that is kind for them to do for you, and expand your customer base. Once I get this party booked online, guys, my first post isn't necessarily about me. I want to know 1 to 2 things. My first post in any online party is, number 1, are you a Scentsy expert? Number 2, are you a newbie? These are 2 really important questions. And regardless, if I make a 10-paragraph post about who I am and why I want them to support me, this post is my main focus in every single party. Because if they're an expert, they immediately get written down because they need to join. If you're going to comment that you're an expert, you need to make money because you're an expert. Number 2, if they're a newbie, instantly I know I want to build a relationship with them. I want to start coaching them and talking to them a little bit, side message them and talk to them about the Scentsy system and how they can bundle it to start their own, you know, perfect starter kit. And I call that all the time, a little Scentsy starter kit. If I see that the people who say that they're newbies and they don't order because they don't speak the language and they don't understand the product, at the end of the party, I go back to that post and I intentionally message them and say, hey, I just have a little kit that's just a sample of a couple products that we offer. I'd love to send it to you. These are all things that I am simply putting little seeds in people's minds, giving kindness, okay, and utilizing the products that we have. Everybody has one bar that you can cut up into 1,000,000 cubes and put in a dollar baggie and mail it to somebody. They don't want 1,000,000 postcards that have branding and matching and all this information. If it's a handwritten note, a picture from your kids, a little sliver of a sample to put a smile on their face, you're instantly putting a seed in their mind of kindness, and they're going to always relate to you as someone kind, and Scentsy is kind. And when they're down or when they're sad or they get that kit and they're like, oh my gosh, she did this for me and now I love the products, those are instantly people you want to put on your list to eventually recruit. Okay? I know I'm talking a lot. I know I talk fast. My brain works really quickly. But that's how I build my customers, right? I'm building relationships with people. I'm putting kindness out in the universe. I'm making it contagious. And then when I message them, I'm like, hey girl, literally no strings attached. I could just really use a friend to host a party so I can expand my customer base, and you're going to get spoiled regardless. Most people aren't going to tell you no if you word it that way. Versus, hey girl, I want to host and I want you to get to this much, blah, 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 blah. It's all about verbiage and it's all about arrows out, right? If they could do something kind for you, most people would, depending on the relationship that you built with them and the culture that you have on your social media. But hold on, I know I have way more that she wanted me to talk about. The importance of referrals too, guys. It's so important. I talked to you guys last week about your VIP page. This is another wonderful resource for you to build your customer base, to build your front line by simply saying, hey guys, I have a kit. You guys know I do the mystery hostess, but if anybody knows someone out there that could just use a little extra income or could just use, you know, a culture and friendship, I have a kit to, you know, reduce price, however you have to word it. I know there's a particular way and my brain's just not there right now. Use your VIPs, because now you're not doing all the research scrolling your Facebook. Now you're asking all the people on your VIP page to look at their Facebooks. That just expanded your customer base or potential recruits, like huge. It's huge. You have to think outside the box. You have to use your resources. Going back to what I was talking about at the beginning, when I had a team of 0 and recruited 7. Out of those 7 guys, I literally focused solely on getting 4 of those people to star. Okay, recruiting 4 people, 4 frontline to star consultant. Instantly, if you do the math, gets you to director. That's not including your PRV, which we've already talked about last month, needing to be 500 or more, understanding the compensation plan, okay? If you broke down your numbers and didn't look at 10,000 like this huge number and try to figure out how many people you need and putting all that weight on your shoulders, if you simply looked at how many frontline you have, and coaching 4 of them who are hungry and are teachable and who are going to also implement the things that you're trying to implement in your own business, and coach those 4 people to star consultant, that's director. That's how simple it is if you simply break it down. Okay?
So the reason Felicia and Michelle and Tiffany are talking about recruiting, and it's really important to your business and building wealth in your business. You can sell 2,000 PRV and have a $300 paycheck or $600 paycheck, or you could sell 500 PRV and have a team of 10 or 15 people and make a nearly $2,000 paycheck. The recruiting and the team building and the coaching is where the wealth comes from with Scentsy. And that's what makes it all worth it. When you have a team that you can coach and you have your friends to climb with you and join the journey with you. Mm-hmm. Most certified consultants probably don't have a new recruit yet. and otherwise they would be lead consultants. And most lead consultants or even star consultants probably have a team of less than 10 people. Now, one of the things that I want everybody to kind of be on the lookout for over these next few months, now that Scentsi's decided that if you don't have an active party in the last 12 months, your team is going, or your consultant status will cancel. I want you to watch your team numbers, okay? So you may right now have a group of 10, but if 2 of those people haven't sold anything in the last 12 months, your team will then at the end of February be 8, okay? So just watch that. But I'm going to show you a picture to see if the screen share will work. It's not going to work for me. It would have to go through Michelle. Michelle, can you pull up those pictures that I sent you? I don't know if it'll work. But either way,
Hold on, I'm letting you share. I'm changing all of this. So
She's gonna share.
See if it'll let you share now, Rob.
let's see. I think we got it. Which one do I want to share them? Desktop?
Yes.
There we go. And where's this one? Oh, not that one. Where'd it go? Here it is. All right. So can everybody see this? Michelle, is it up? Okay. So right now, let's say you're a lead or a star consultant, and this is you, and your group.
I'm sorry.
8 people.
Can you make it bigger?
Let's try.
Go over to that over one of those. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
There we go. We good?
Yep, perfect.
All right. So if this is you and you have a team, this is your front line here. These 4 people will be your front line, and then these 3 down here are your down line. So if you have a front line of 4 people, and those 4 people between them, say 3 of them have 1 recruit, you have a group now of 8 people. Now, to get your group to grow exponentially, let's just say in 1 month, everybody recruits 1 person. Now, you have to lead from the front, so you also have to recruit 1 person. It's not a ton to ask for, but everybody in your group is going to recruit 1 person. Your team now has grown to a team of 16. If everybody recruited 1 person, just that fast, your team has doubled. So now your front line is 5 people, and your down line has grown exponentially. Well, then the next month, everybody recruits 1 more person. And now you've gone from a group of 8 to a group of 32 by the 2nd month. Okay. Your front line grows so that your TWV grows. More than likely at this point, you're probably a director and you have a star consultant in here, or a superstar consultant, or 4-star consultants. Maybe you've got some star consultants down here, some leads. You've got your team is growing exponentially at this point. And even now on the 4th month of everybody recruiting 1 person for 4 months in a row, 1 person, your team has gone from 8 to 64. If the power in recruiting and the power in coaching recruiting is an amazing wealth building tool for you and your business. And you have to be genuine, you have to be authentic, and you have to truly desire to want to help other women improve the everyday mom life of whatever that regular mom life may be, because Scentsy has been an amazing
9 to 5.
or your 9 to 5, but Scentsy's been an amazing personal development tool for Felicia and for me and for our family. Rather than the wealth building, the friendships that we've gotten in Sensi and the knowledge that we've been given over time with Sensi has been amazing just because of that join kit in February a couple years ago. And it really can be amazing when you recruit and when you get moving with your team and your team is growing. And it seems hard, but like Michelle wants a team of 600 right now with a team of 200 to 300 people that are active in Sensi. If everybody recruited one person, next month she'd be over halfway there. And by that second month, it would happen. And we're talking about March or April, and she's thinking that she can only grow to 600 by the end of the year. And as crazy as that may seem, she potentially could have a team over 1,000 with the right coaching and the right motivation, and the team really, just being active in their business, because being active in your business is where things grow and where things get better. And you don't have to recruit 2 people every month. I'm talking about one person, but you have to coach your team to recruit one person. And like Tiffany was saying earlier, building and developing with your front line really is important as you recruit. Coaching them to certified, coaching them to shooting star, coaching to lead. These are the things that come with time, and you'll find a way to get there. But really, if you focused on recruiting one person, that doesn't sound as scary, and it doesn't have to be every single month. But if you really want the development, you have to strive for at least one recruit a month, and just work on coaching and getting them to understand that selling the product, you're always going to cap yourself out at 25% or 30% if you sell over 2,000 for your income with Sensi. And a lot of the times that's a lot of work to get the sales. But when you recruit and you have a team that grows with you, the income is endless. There is no cap to what you can make with Sensi. And that's probably my favorite thing about Sensi. Is there is no cap. You can make more than Heidi and Orville as a consultant in Sensi. I mean, you really can. And I think that there's probably some consultants that do make more than Heidi and Orville. But just be genuine, be authentic. And I think the more you share Sensi, rather than selling Sensi, you'll get there.
A few things that I always tell the people that I personally coach, especially my front line, and it's kind of like off the wall, right? Like 500 is the minimum, but I would much rather see somebody who consistently has over 2,000 PRV have 500 or 1,000 PRV and 2 to 3 new recruits every month, because that's instant money, but it's not longevity. You want to build something that's going to pay you consistently and over time. And especially my superstar consultants, right? Superstar consultants, they love their title. They're so close to director. They have a team. Typically, they have a leader under them at that point. I tell them, if you focused solely on your front line and your team and the people who are hungry, it would only take you 4 to 5 certified consultants at that point in 1 month. Everyone in your team at a superstar consultant. If you guys all contributed to 5 new people in your group to certified, you'd hit director. That's 1 month looking for 5 new people within your group, if you're consistently paid at title for superstar consultant, to get to director.
And that's if you're superstar consultant with a group of, say 6 people, you don't need to recruit 5 people.
No,
you need to coach your team,
coaching your team
to recruit 5 people. And that when you look at your list of 100 or your Frank form and all these people that well, think of all the people that they know and they know and they know and they know. And that's where you, as the lead consultant, the superstar consultant, coaching that front line and getting them to understand that
Sponsor.
recruiting and sponsoring is where it's at.
Mm-hmm. What do you? Yes. So, thank you, Michelle. Do you have anything you wanted to add to that?
Mute myself. Yes, that was amazing and that was golden. The whole reason behind Shoot for the Stars launching directors was because last year at SFR, Cincy Family Reunion, Felicia talked about how she broke stuff down. And it was really eye-opening to me because I always wanted to get to director. That was something that I always wanted to do. And it took me a while to do that. I did not hit director until 2000 and till last year, 2019. So and I always looked at that big number. I always looked at 10,000 and thought to myself, and that's just GWV. Okay, so we talked about this. I did post the comp plan on here for y'all to look at. I thoroughly encourage you to do that. As a leader, you need to understand the comp plan and what it means to sponsor and grow in this business. But looking at that number, it was like, it was kind of scary. Okay, I'll just be honest with you. It's kind of scary to look at 10,000 GWV and ultimately know that you got to get $13,335 worth of PRV whenever you're trying to get to that. So if you take it like the whole emphasis of this training is for you guys not to concentrate on that. I know that ultimately a lot of you said you want to hit director and we want you to grow far in this business, but we don't want you to concentrate on that. We want you to concentrate on those stars, okay? So many people, it's so easily attainable for a lot of people to reach star, which is 2,500 GWV, and getting those two active frontline, then to sit there and think about what you have to do to hit director. So when you start this journey that you're on, know that 4 stars will get you to director, but those 4 stars need to be somebody that you're definitely sponsoring, that's on your front line, that you're working with, and that you are, they don't all have to be your front line, but some of them on your front need to be your front line because you have to have those 2 active front line, and you want to work with those people that are hungry for it, that you can actually see that are working for it. And we're going to break that down even more next week whenever we talk about finding those stars, finding the ones that you can see in your business that really want it. You can see somebody post all day long. You can see somebody like do all the fancy stuff on Instagram and do all the fancy stuff on Facebook, and you know that front that they put up on social media, you can see that, and you can also see through it by looking at your report and looking at your numbers if they're really working their business or not. So next week, whenever we start breaking that down for you to be able to find out who they are, those are the ones that you're going to want to start working with. And you're going to want to start working with them whenever they're certified and whenever they're lead consultants, because those are the ones that you're going to build up and grow into your stars. Those are the ones that you're going to see your stars blooming and coming out, and just all the enthusiasm whenever they do hit those milestones for them. Those are the ones that you're going to want to work with. So having 2 stars is not really going to get you there. I mean, it will, but it's going to put a burden on you to be able to get the rest of that GWV up there. So the more your team grows, the more your team's team grows, then it's like Rob showed those pictures, you know, it's all not, if we could sponsor all of those peoples, that would be amazing. That would be honestly amazing to have, you know, all the people and sponsor all the people and do all the things yourself. But you depend on your group. You depend on your team. Okay, we're still working, we're still doing all the things as a star director, and Felicia and Rob and Tiffany as director. We're still working, we're still doing our things, because if we stop, then our whole team's going to stop. Even though, you know, I have 300 and some on my team right now, if I stop working, my whole team's going to stop working. So you can't do that. You have to show up and you have to do things, and you have to keep the enthusiasm and the fun going on your team and on your front line, because those are the ones that you're going to need to depend on. Okay, those are the ones that are going to grow your team and that are going to sponsor the people also up underneath you, that those stars are going to bloom out from underneath them too. It's not just on the surface. It's not just those stars that are right here on the top level. You got stars that are all the way down, level down, that can come up and shoot up out of nowhere. Like, you know, honestly, if you're looking at your report and then the next day you're like, oh my God, where did this one come from? So they will shoot up out of nowhere, but those are the people that are hungry. Those are the people that you need to dive down into your reports and see how all of that's going to work. So we're almost finished, but we do have a little bit of homework this week. Tiffany or Felicia, did y'all have anything else you want to say before we go over homework? Tiffany's got her camera off. So, nope. Okay. All right. So we're so proud of y'all for doing your homework. Y'all just do not know how that just made us, that just filled our cup and made us feel so happy. And it just, I just love the interaction and the positivity on this page that we've created. And it's always going to be here for you guys. And these videos are always going to be here for you guys to go back and train your teams on. So homework for this week. It's not too hard. All right. We are going to post, when I get off and I upload the video and everything, I'm going to post a couple of join conversations that I've had to help you guys. Kind of like I did last week with the PRV and the different things. I'm going to post some join conversations. Tiffany and Felicia and Rob are going to also post some join conversations. So we want you throughout the week to show us, screenshot it, and show us a couple of things, at least 2, maybe 2 to 4 join conversations that you have this coming week, okay? Or relationship building conversations. Either one of those. We just want to see how you're talking. And even if you take some of ours, cut and paste and do that, that's fine too. We just want to see how you're engaging, how you're starting those join conversations, and share with us, because maybe somebody else on the team will want to see and they'll like yours a lot better. The next thing is your Frank, and or your list of 4x4s. We want you to make a list of these people, pull that Frank form or go to the file section and pull Tiffany's form and make a list of people that you can talk to, that you can build a relationship with, that you can start the join conversations with. Make those lists. Once you start a list or something, screenshot it and post it on the page. And then the last part, everybody has a title in Scentsy, okay? My title is Star Director. Tiffany's title is Director. Felicia is Star Director. Everybody has a title in Scentsy. We want you to go and post. Felicia's going to actually make some posts in here about what title you are, because we want to set up some accountability partners or whatever. She's going to actually do that for us. But we want you to post your title, what the requirement is for you to be paid at title, and post it on the group page. We want you to understand. And if you don't understand it, or you don't know what it means to be paid at title, I'm going to encourage you to go look at that YouTube video that I did on the comp plan that kind of goes over that. Sorry, I'm getting like really thirsty. But we want you to be able to understand what your title is and what it means and what you need to have to be paid at title. All right, does anybody have any questions about homework? Do you have any questions? Comment on the side of it here. We hope you guys are loving this a lot. And I'm going to stop recording now, unless Tiffany or Felicia, do y'all have anything else after homework? All right, I'm gonna stop recording.